available. Ebooks and e-workbooks to mentally and emotionally prepare you to visit, repatriate, or buy land in the motherland. And the authentic handmade kente cloth I got from Kumasi, Ghana is now a home decor line made by yours truly. Get a piece of the motherland until you can visit yourself. Click the link in the description box to visit my store.
What's up? It's been a cool minute. Go ahead and put in where you are watching from, small but mighty crew. I'm actually really excited about this live stream. This is the first time I've ever gotten political, really. I usually don't get political and talk about politics, but someone from the small but mighty crew sent me a couple articles, and I said, this is something for my small but mighty crew, my newbies, the people that are starting their journey. This will be excellent for us to talk about. So, folks, let me just tell you the schedule, like I always do. Mission. I'm going to go over the mission of this channel. I'm going to go over our sub statistics, soundboard, the reason why, if you decide to contribute, ATM in the house, what's up? And then the objective of this video, this live stream, then I'm going to use my blog to really talk about, the $160 million aid that's still gone. Hey, overdue. Yeah, it was supposed to end. If you guys don't know, aid was supposed to come back at the end of April, and it's still not back. USA aid is still not back. So we're going to talk about that through my blog. And then what else? Question and answers. And so the mission of my page, let's go over that for the newbies. Hey, ATM, we already got a stream sponsor. Thank you so much. ATM, I appreciate you. One of the most consistent. Look he didn't even put a question. He didn't even put a remark, just for the love of the community. I appreciate you, ATM. We appreciate you. And folks, he has his channel. Go follow him. He shows you how to cook, and he shows you how to be an electrician technician. Am I right? Am I right, ATM, on that? Electrician technician. His page is more vlog style, and he live streams too. So let me give him his credit. Yeah, I said it. I said credit instead of credit. Because guess what? We can talk how we want up in this piece. Okay, stream sponsor, ATM in the house. Ooh. Ooh. Uh-oh. I'm choking. What's up? Oh, see, now I got to put my glasses on because I'm trying to see what you guys say. So, that's a long name. That's a hard one. Oh, yeah. This aid that stopped that we're about to talk about, it's not just Ghana. But as you know, my page mostly talks about Ghana. So that's where I'm directly affected. That's where people, either if you want to repatriate and buy and do business, and especially if you want to do business, yeah, we're going to talk about how it impacts you there. And then you can take what I'm saying and apply it to whatever motherland country you're at too. So thank you, ATM. Thank you to the Cash App crew. Big thanks. Stream sponsor, ATM. We appreciate you, brother. And folks, we also have a live stream we did and an interview we did. ATM, you might be. So folks, if you are not part of my newsletter, I do a community spotlight. And if you've been following on my page, you see this week we just finished with Karen's story regarding Ghana. Last month was Calvin Daniels. We spotlighted him through 12 shorts. I think ATM, I'm going to do a short video series on our interview because you showed me so much love and I appreciate you. Okay, so thank you, Cash App crew. Big thanks to the stream sponsor, ATM. No comment, no question, just blessing us for the love of the community. All righty. And to go back to my newsletter, yeah, the community spotlight. Oh, did I just draw a blank? Folks, why am I always drawing blanks here? I don't get it. Okay, so now I know who else is in the house. ATM, you're from North Carolina. Ovidu, I think you're from Ghana. And Digulola, I don't know how to say your name, but this is the first time I've seen your name here, so welcome. Where are you from? Oh, you're still not receiving my newsletter. Did you take me off of you got to add me to your email address books so I can come straight to your emails. Because if it's Gmail, I'll come to directly. If it's Gmail, they'll put me in the promotion tab. So you have to add me to your address book so you can get them directly. All right. Let's get back to the schedule, right? So the mission, I'm going to talk about the mission, the sub-statistics, the soundboard, objective, blog, and question and answers. Okay? And so since ATM already blessed me with some moolah, folks, this is where your money is going. First of all, this is where we're at. This is our balance. This is our balance, folks. You guys have blessed me with $315 already. And you see that interest? We've already made $43.15 on this interest. Folks, listen to me. I'm a good steward, right? And we already have other people in the community that has opened their individual cash account, and they also got 4.5 APY. So the link is in the description box. If you want to open up your own high yield savings account, you can do that in the link. People have already done it. Small but mighty crew. We're good stewards up in here. We're good stewards. So ATM, folks, if you don't know, whatever you give in the gift to me during live stream through CashApp or through Super Chats, it's going towards my soundboard. My soundboard. Because I'm already extra. But, I need to become more extra and entertaining for you guys. So that's where your contribution is going. Yes, check your spam folder, por favor. Okay. So, yes, just know when you contribute through Cash App or Super Chats or Super Thanks, that's where it is going. Now, folks, we got to talk a little house, what's it called? House meeting. Whatever that word is. Folks, look at how many people watch my channel but are not subscribed. This is crazy. 82%. So the majority of y'all are not subscribers, okay? I ask you nicely to subscribe because I'm trying to elevate my life, and I cannot do that without you. So if it's your first time here, no stress. If you like, subscribe. If it's not your first time here, you're not subscribing, you are a freeloader. It's free. So you don't need to be a freeloader because subscribing is free. Isn't that wild? You're freeloading, but subscribing is free? That would make no sense. But it's okay. Hey, I can't force you to do nothing. But hey, for all the work I've done over the last 4 years, subscribing is free. All righty. What's next on the schedule? Okay, the objective of this live stream. We're going to talk about the impact of the $160 million aid freeze that Trump did an executive order on in January of 2025, and then where we are regarding that today and how it impacts you and me. Okay, but the mission for the newbies that are watching, I'm here to bridge the emotional, educational, and cultural gap to visit, repatriate, and do business in the motherland. So today's live stream is going to be more talking about culture, political culture, and especially for those that want to do business. This is impactful in that way too. Actually, when I think about it, the stuff we're going to talk about, it impacts culturally, business, and emotional too. So we're going to hit all three. We're going to hit all three. And so for the people that are new, what I have done to help you with your journey is you can take a quiz. It's free. Travel personality quiz. If you do not know your travel personality and you haven't visited the motherland yet, I suggest you take this quiz You won't regret it, and find out what your travel personality is, your EQ level, your emotional tolerance. Okay, so you can enjoy your trip, right? And I also have a curated company that I recommend in the description box too if you want a referral. Secondly, for those that want to repatriate, you're talking about uplifting your life in the States, in the UK, somewhere, and repatriating to the motherland. Are you ready for that? And how do you know if you're ready? I put a quiz together. Both of these quizzes, once you take it, you're going to get a score. And you're going to get an automatic email with the results. And they're going to tell you where you're at with your repat journey. And if you're not where you need to be, it's going to give you suggestions of what you need to do to prepare yourself to repatriate and have a good transition. What? That's good stuff, folks. It's good stuff. And trust me, you'll be glad you did it. You will be glad. Okay? Are we good? What's the next step? All right, guys, let's get into it. So I will be reading from my blog. This is from my website. Let me show you. I'll be reading this blog from my website. So you can also go to my blog and read it. If not, we're going to go here together. Can you guys see that? Okay. This is my website here for those that do not know. Vision-reality.com. That is my website. So what I'm going to do, I'm clicking on my blogs here. Boom. Right? Self-discovery through travel, culture, and land opportunities. Folks, this is like 4 years of stuff right here. So much, right? Look at all this. There's like 15 blogs here for you to read. 15. Okay, but let's get straight to the point here. America first, Africa last. Trump's executive order hits Ghana. Thank you for the hearts. I can see the hearts. I appreciate you. Okay. Discover why. Hey, San H. Discover why U.S. President Donald Trump's executive order in January 2025 to freeze $160 million in U.S. aid funding to Ghana. This blog breaks down the real reason behind the aid suspension. My goodness. What vital programs were affected? We're about to break it all the way down. If you did not know, you're about to know. Including healthcare, education, and agriculture. So a lot of you guys that are thinking about agriculture, this is important. A lot of you guys who are repatriating your children that are in elementary age range and school range, this is important. For those that have some issues with health, this is important too. And how this decision is impacting Ghana's economy and citizens today. If you're interested in U.S.-Africa relations, international development, or global political strategy, this is a must read. So I will be reading my blog with you for today's live stream, really. Okay. Are you guys ready? Folks, are you guys ready? So first of all, I love it when the Small But Mighty crew, when you guys send me stuff on WhatsApp and Instagram, I read them, right? And the ones that are, quality information that I feel is good to, you ready? Come on, San H, you ready? The information you guys send me, keep on sending me stuff. Keep on WhatsApping me. You know why? Because I'm not out here in these internet streets thinking about Ghana and the political situation. So when you guys send me stuff and you guys want my opinion, these are excellent things to talk about on live stream. And basically you guys are telling me what you want to talk about. And if it's quality and it helps the community, we will talk about it. And so that's how today's topic came about. So shout out to the Small But Mighty crew. I got another video sent to me today about land. And I think I'm going to talk about that one too, either next week or the week after. But yes, guys, keep on sending it to me because it's quality information that I think is so good to share. And so for the newbies, my channel is for the newbies, right? And the oldies but goodies, that they're here to help you as well. So this is a community page. Okay. let's get into it. $160 million aid gone. Now, some people are like, that's not even a lot of money. Honey, you write me a check for $160 million and see, I will snatch that up real quick, okay? You give a regular company a check for $160 million. I'm snatching it up. They're snatching it up, okay? Because I posted about this. Let me make my face bigger real quick. I posted about this on my community page on YouTube. And a commenter was like, that's not even a lot of money. That's little money. And then he says, but where it's going is significant. Folks, if what the money's being used for is significant, $160 million is significant. It is a lot. I'd be shocked by some of the stuff you guys be posting. I'm like, did they think before they posted that? No, they didn't, but it's okay. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, guys, can you see my screen? We bought a new internet system, so if I start becoming choppy, let me know, and I don't know what I'll do, actually. We'll just make it work. Okay. First of all, in the chat, I forgot to tell you guys, there is a poll. So I want to know who I am talking to, because sometimes, we can talk advanced, and if everyone's new here, it wouldn't benefit us to talk on that level. So do I have a poll? Where's my poll at? It should be at the top. Where is it? Oh, you erased. Well, now I know I can't do the poll ahead of time. Never mind. We'll put in the chat. If you haven't visited, put in the chat 1. If you have visited the Motherland 1 or more times, put in the chat 2. And then if you bought land, put in the chat 3. So 1, you have not visited in the Motherland before. I'm so sorry. My poll is no longer there. I'm upset about that. 1 in the chat if you have not visited the Motherland yet. I need to know who I'm talking to. 2 in the chat if you have visited 1 or more times. Okay, San, 1 or more times. And then 3 in the chat if you have bought land. Because most people that are subscribers are interested in land. ATM, you visited the Motherland before. And you bought land. ATM, you're a 3. ATM, I whoop with you, okay? Black Cricket, you're a 2. ATM, you're a 3. See, ATM put 1, 2. You about to put 3 right now. I knew it. I knew it. ATM ain't listening, but we love you, so it's all good. Okay. So far, most of us have already visited at least 1 time. Okay, let's get back. Now, who knew about this aid being frozen? Who knew about it? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Didn't you know? Oh, there's what is that? What is this advertisement? What's going on? They can just throw advertisement while I'm live streaming? What the heck? Okay, I was distracted. I'm back now. Okay, when did the U.S. withdraw $160 million in aid from Ghana? Okay, in January 2025, Ghana woke up to an alarming shift in foreign relations. The United States had withdrawn approximately $156 to $160 million in foreign funding. This sudden decision didn't just shake diplomatic circles. It sent shockwaves through healthcare, clinics, classrooms, and farms across Ghana. Folks, if you're a small farmer, you want to become a farmer in Ghana and you're buying agricultural land, you want to listen to this. The freeze took effect immediately after President Trump signed the executive order on January 20th, 2025. The order halted all U.S. aid development programs worldwide, including the over $150 million in annual aid earmarked for Ghana. The 90-day suspension was framed as a strategic pause to review global and aid distribution and ensure alignment with evolving U.S. foreign policy objectives. Basically, the America First campaign, or whatever it's called, that Trump did, basically said, we're going to stop all foreign aid. You're talking about Ghana. Who else? Who said it? Digoloa, Cameroon, Ethiopia stopped it and said, we're going to put America first, and we're going to see if those funds are being allocated properly. BCB in the house. And I didn't know this happened until someone from the Small But Mighty crew sent it to me. And so, yeah, we're going to talk about it. So it's all in response to Trump saying, we're going to start putting America first. All the foreign money, we're stopping right now. And it is what it is. America first, Africa and everyone else last. Okay. Why did the U.S. withdraw 160 million aid from Ghana? The reason: a new executive order signed by the U.S. President Donald Trump suspending all U.S. aid funding for 90 days under the banner of his America First policy. According to White House statements, the move was part of a broader plan to dismantle and restructure U.S. aid. Now, who even knows what's happening? Anybody in the chat knows what's happening with the restructuring? Does anybody? That's a question. I'm trying to see which one is better. Is this better? No, that's not better. What about this one? This? Oh, no. Okay, moving on. Trump administration officials, reportedly backed by controversial tech figures like Elon Musk, accused the agency of inefficiency, mismanagement, and fraud. The decision aligned with Trump's revived America First agenda in his second term, which emphasizes prioritizing domestic programs over foreign aid and reevaluating longstanding international commitments. Okay. But critics argue this move, this is where it gets good, guys. Critics argue this move was politically motivated and strategically punitive, particularly for nations like Ghana that have spoken openly about reparations and post-colonial equity. Now we're going to talk about this because the reason I was sent these articles was because of the critics. They're saying, "Oh, they're clapping back on us because of what the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister Ablakwa, what he said." So there was like a whole argument. Let me see if I can pull up. I want to pull it. And folks, this was an argument on freaking Facebook between these political figures. I'm like, they really being petty on Facebook? I don't know if you guys heard about it. I'm trying to find the Project 2025 sees foreign aid as bloated. That's what they're saying. Black Cricket 100. You know why I'm excited about this live stream? Because I've never done a political conversation before. So this is the first one. And so whenever I do something new people pop up. Because, our community is all different types of folks, right? So I was looking forward to what you guys had to say to this. Okay. Now, this is the critics and the insufficient. What I'm about to share with you guys is the rumor part that is not even legit, that people are just talking about with no legitimate reason. I'm trying to get it there. See if you guys can see it. So when they talk about post-colonial equity, the foreign affairs minister basically clapped back during a meeting. And now people are saying, oh, because he clapped back, that's why they took $160 million away. No, this started way back in, really December of 2024. But The executive order was in January 20th. This clapback was in July. Okay, so I want to start with just debunking this lie about they're taking 160 million away because of what the Minister of Foreign Affairs said. No, tis not true. Okay, let me sorry guys, I'm struggling. I'm trying to share my screen. So you guys can see, share screen. Here we go. Can you guys see it? Let me make it bigger. Oh, can I not make it bigger? Dang. Okay. Well, I can't make it bigger, guys. GH-based news. America has withdrawn 160 million to support of Ghana. Franklin Cudjoe reminds Ablakwa for giving U.S. Senator Jim Risch a shutdown. The United States has reportedly withdrawn its USA support to Ghana, ending an annual financial assistance package estimated as 160 million, according to Franklin Cudjoe, founding president of Imani Africa. Cudjoe made the revelation in response to Ghana's Foreign Affairs Minister, Akuzzeto Ablakwa, who recently pushed back against comments from U.S. Senator Jim Risch urging Ghana to settle debts owed to American companies. The nerve, okay? And by the way, this is what Senator Jim says. And by the way, America has withdrawn its U.S. aid support for Ghana. The close to 160 million Ghana receives annually from the U.S. will come no more. So really, you will not be subsiding Ghana, Cudjoe started. He criticized the minister's remarks as shorthanded, especially in the light of evolving trade and diplomatic ties between the two countries. So that's Senator Jim, and then that's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ablakwa. Okay. Folks, who knows what he said? Anybody knows what the clapback was about? Anybody know what the clapback was about? This is what it was about. Let me share this. In my response to Senator Jim Risch on his extremely offensive social media post, this is very rich coming from someone who refuses to engage in some advocacy for the payment of reparations by the U.S. for its despicable and condemnable role in slavery. You will not be allowed to dictate to a sovereign country on how we conduct our foreign policy. If you need to be reminded, this is Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana, the first African nation to defeat colonialism and imperialism. Let me be clear. Those measly debts compared to what you owe us in reparations will be paid when we deem appropriate based on our prudent economic recovery program, even though the debt was not created by the new Mahama administration. Unlike you, we take responsibility to honor our national obligations. And instead of a trip, DC's Ghana's foreign minister should focus on honoring his government's commitment to repay U.S. companies. That was a clap back. That was such a good clap back, like, period. But see, the rumor is now, people are saying, oh, the 160 million was taken away because of the clapback, and that's not true. The 160 million was taken away way back in January. This conversation started in July. So I want to make sure we got that out the way before I move forward, because I'm not talking about the little Facebook powwow back and forth that they've been doing since July. That's caused a lot of commotion. All right. So I wanted to get that out the way. So this is not about the clapback and the social media responses. This is something Trump did in January, an executive order. Okay, moving on. Let's get back to the blog. Is that clear, everybody? 'Tis clear. Okay. But critics argue this move was politically, make it bigger. There we go. Politically, where am I at? But critics argue this move was politically motivated and strategically punitive, particularly for nations like Ghana that have spoken openly about reparations and post-colonial equity. That's just what critics are saying. We do research here. That's not true. Let's move on. What is at stake? Okay, here we go, guys. This is the important stuff. What is at stake for Ghana? What is at stake for the newbies that you're thinking about investing? People that already live there? How does this impact us? Ghana has been one of the largest recipients of USA aid in West Africa, receiving over $150 million annually. These funds supported critical programs such as health, okay, malaria control, maternal and child health, HIV, AIDS prevention, and treatment. Folks, this is money that Ghana has been getting for years, right? Now it just has stopped in January. It's affected education, teacher training, literacy programs, and school infrastructure improvements. Agriculture, for those that are into agriculture and you don't have a big business yet. Agriculture subsidizes for seeds and fertilizer and smallholder farmer training programs, right? Let's break down the critical programs that were affected and the real-life consequences unfolding across Ghana right now. The health sector was hit hardest, with the estimated 78.2 million lost in health programs alone. The funding freeze directly jeopardized access to. Folks, these are 150,000 people, especially when it comes to the HIV treatment. HIV AIDS, right? More than 69 million of the withdrawn aid was dedicated to public health efforts. This included funding for malaria prevention and treatment, maternal and child health, nutrition and family planning, and emergency health security programs. And the region that has been affected the most, folks, is the northern region. So the people, if you're in Ghana right now, have you seen like a migration of people from the north coming down for like help, whether it's eating, medication, any of that? If you're in Ghana, if you have, please share in the chat. One of the biggest beneficiaries was PEPFAR, the United States President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, which was supported HIV prevention, testing, and treatment in Ghana since 2007. With this funding now suspended, thousands of patients rely on antiretrovirals and routine testing are left vulnerable, particularly in rural areas and high-risk communities. Rural clinics across Ghana began reporting shortages. Some programs were forced to pause. Lives were and still are at risk. Why is this important? Because, first of all, let's talk about who's paying for this. The money that Ghana has been receiving in aid, who's paying for this? Put in the chat if you know. Where is this money coming from, guys? Who's paying for the aid going to Ghana? Right? We got 18 people watching right now. One person knows. Who is paying for this money since 2007 to go to Ghana? I know one person knows. Yes, San. American taxpayers. You're right. Oh, no, girl. It's not a maybe. It's a for sure thing. Our taxes have been going to Ghana as part of that $160 million. So that's how we're affected here, right? It's our money that's going overseas, okay, to help with food, HIV, maternal health care, all that stuff. Yep, taxpayers, Black Cricket. It's our money. So people are like, oh, well, I'm not affected by it. Yes, you are. You're literally affected by it because it's your money that you work for. Right? And so that's what has been frozen. Pros and cons, right? Pros and cons, okay? But that's point number one. It's our tax dollars that are going over there, okay? Moving on. Agriculture, food security, the farmers left behind, okay? The people that want to buy land in Ghana regarding agriculture, listen up. Roughly 39.5 million supported agricultural initiatives, primarily through the Feed the Ghana, Future Ghana Market Systems and Resilience activity. I see you, ATM. This program helps smallholder farmers increase productivity through access to improved seeds and fertilizers, market access, supply chain development, which is huge. Folks, supply chain support for climate smart agriculture. Folks, if the people can't get the seeds, how can you farm? With these funds gone, many local farmers, especially in northern Ghana, folks, northern Ghana is the most impacted region in Ghana regarding this, are now at risk of falling back into poverty. The ripple effects could include food insecurity, higher food prices, and reduced resilience against climate shocks. ATM, this is an excellent question. Do you think another country will pick up the bill for Ghana? Of course. Things are already in place. And depending on how today's live stream go, we might get into it or it might be next week. We might talk about it next week because I have a lot of information to get through today. But yep, they've already started. And part of the strategy is, of course, what? I don't like to say it, but they're always going to the World Bank. Dang it. So that's part of the plan. ATM, we might talk about it today, depending. If not, we will talk about it next week in detail for sure. Okay? Excellent question. So, folks, let's talk about this. People from the north are the most impacted. So if you're in Ghana right now, so if you've been to Ghana, you already know about like what's it called when you're, I'll never forget when I first went to Ghana. Every time I've been to Ghana, just driving down the street, people will come up to your car, ask you, to sell things, buy things, just walking down the street. People are hungry, okay? When they're hungry, they'll come rock straight up to you and ask you for money, ask you for food, right? It happens all around the whole world. But in Ghana specifically, I was overwhelmed at first. I'm like, I'm trying to eat myself here. Right? So keep that in mind. Pay attention when you go to Ghana. Are a lot of people migrating from the north down for survival, just to eat? Okay. Moving on. Next category, education, disrupted learning. And if you're just chiming in, this is a blog on my website, okay, that I'm reading from and that we're talking about. Education disrupted learning. Ghana's education sector also suffered a major blow. 2 flagship programs were impacted, the APIL, Advancing Partnerships for Improved Learning. So those that want to repatriate and have children, this is important. 14.4 million focused on training teachers and upgrading infrastructure in private schools. SAGE, which means for Strengthening Accountability in Ghana's Education System, a $60 million project designed to boost school performance across hundreds of public schools. So private and public are being affected. Without this funding, both students and educators face an uncertain future. Classroom materials, professional development, and student outcomes are all on the line. Okay, so if you have children, the education is being impacted as well. Folks, if you're a teacher and you don't get paid, would you show up? And you had would you even show up to work? If in the United States, if the aid wasn't being provided and teachers weren't getting what they needed, we wouldn't show up. Tell me you're not going to pay me. I'm not showing up. And then on top of that, I'm not going to bring my kids either. Is the internet okay? Make sure it's still flowing. Folks, people don't like to work for free. No one, that's working for free is slavery. No one want to do that. Okay. And then people want quality education on top of that too. So the students' results is compromised. Okay. Next category. Governance and community development undermine progress. Additional programs like Ring 2, resiliency in Northern Ghana. See, Northern Ghana is being impacted the most. ASBC, accelerating social and behavior change, and other governance strengthening initiatives were all disrupted. These projects addressed local government capacity, nutrition and health education, and civic accountability and engagement. Now that funding is gone, many of these grassroots efforts are being forced to scale down or shut down entirely. Accelerating social behavior change. Like what is social behavior? What's included in that? Equal rights for women, right? Protection for against child marriage, right? There's a lot of social things that are going to be cut that help in that area. For an example, did I forget? I posted on my community tab several times. Action Aid. Action Aid. I think that's from Europe, so that really doesn't count. But all the organizations that we don't know of that are like grassroots out there, bring nutrition education, bringing social behavior education, like how do you treat your wife, right? How do you treat your kids, right? All that. Those are things that we don't see that are being cut, okay? So this is important stuff, okay? This is important stuff. Overall, the U.S. government's decision to suspend $160 million in aid to Ghana was swift and sweeping. While branded as a strategic reevaluation, the effects on Ghana have been deeply personal and immediate. This isn't just a story about numbers. It's about livelihoods, health systems, and the fragile futures of families who relied on those services. And it's a stark reminder of how international politics can ripple across borders and directly affect everyday lives. As Ghana works to bridge the funding gap and recalibrate its development strategies, that diaspora and global allies watch closely, because what happens next could define the next decade of Ghana's growth resilience. Okay, as we continue to follow this story and raise awareness, let's not forget what's really at stake. Right? Click here to read what Ghana instituted to bridge the 160 million gap. Actually, we do have time. Oh, I went through my blog quick. Okay. Well, ATM, we're about to get to your question right now because we have time. Oh, we have a lot of time. Perfect. Let's go to my second blog. Now we're going to talk about how Ghana is already addressing this. First of all, I want to give acknowledgement to President John Mahama. Folks, he's so on it. Like, I can tell the difference from his leadership and the previous president. Okay. So, how President Mahama is bridging the $156 million U.S. aid gap. Are you guys ready? Because this is exciting. Finally, I'm about to share good news. Okay. Well, what I'm about to share is good. And Ghanaians should be proud. President John Mahama is making y'all look real good with his strategies and what he's implementing. Okay, now let's talk about it now. Black Cricket, the mean-spirited part of this is removing the aid all at once instead of... Oh, I'm so glad you brought this up. Okay, let me make my face big because this is... Oh, you reminded me, Black Cricket. Thank you so much. Okay. The mean-spirited part of this is removing the aid all at once instead of gradually. Okay. So at the end of my blog, you'll see the references. So if you want to reference what I'm talking about, it's all there. So in one of the articles, Like we said earlier, it's our tax money paying for aid going over there that he stopped. This is what makes it mean-spirited. All the approved aid that was already in motion got stopped. So there's stuff in ports, there's stuff on boats, millions of dollars that our tax money have already went to Ghana with that didn't make it to the shore yet is just in limbo. That's what's whack about this. As a leader, what Trump should have did, right? It said, implement everything that's already in motion now, like nets to block the malaria as you sleep. Folks, do you know I slept with a net when I was in my coconut hut? If I did not have a net, there is no way I would have stayed in that coconut hut. Let me show you a picture. For those that are new, I lived here, right? For over 2 months. I had a net. Can you imagine? There's millions of nets in ports and on boats that just stop everything. President Trump just stopped everything, and everything that was already in motion got cut out of nowhere. So Black Cricket, when you say mean-spirited, exactly. Like he could at least said, finish out what's already on the way. Wild. That's such a bad move. Like it makes no sense. Joanna's wake up when it comes to depend. Ooh, we talking now, folks. We are talking. So thank you, Black Cricket, for bringing that up. Joanna Slater, Ghana, the rest of the world, and even Americans better wake up when it comes to dependency on American aid. It is a thing of the past. Self-sufficiency and the barter system should be the new goal. I agree with that 100%, Joanna. Folks, we're flowing together because we're literally flowing into this next section, which is crucial right now. So let's get into what Ghana has already implemented under President Mahama. Okay. As of July 13th, which is today, folks, I just did this blog today, right? Because how many know? How many do you know? If you've been with me for a while, I was sent articles from the Small but Mighty crew. You guys send me stuff. And some things I read about, I become obsessed about it. And I wrote 2 blogs this morning. And I research, I become obsessed about it, and then I share it with you guys. So welcome to my obsession. Okay. As of July 13, 2025, Ghana is navigating a new era of development. Independence after the U.S. permanently froze and dissolved USA aid operations. Folks, this USA aid was only supposed to be frozen until April. We're in July now. The aid ain't coming. It's not coming. It's still frozen, okay? And dissolved U.S. aid operations earlier this year. In this update, we explore how President John Mahama's administration has mobilized domestic funding. Joanna, you touched on it. Secured alternative international partnerships, and launched bold reforms in health, agriculture, and education to bridge the $160 million U.S. aid gap. Discover what's changed since January, how Ghana is breaking the cycle of foreign aid dependency, and what it means for the future of African-led development. Folks, I wrote this, and I'm hyped right now. I'm hyped like I just read it for the first time. Oh my goodness. So, January 2025, the U.S. government stunned the global development community by suspending all U.S. aid in response to the America First policy. For Ghana, the freeze immediately halted approximately $156 million in funding that supported essential sectors like healthcare, education, and agriculture. But within days, Ghana's new leadership, President John, is that his first name? His middle name is Dramani Mahama, initiated a strategic and bold response. Here's what President Mahama has done. Okay, you guys ready? Let's get into it. Upon taking office, remember, because the declaration started January 20th, he became president was it January 9th? I think it was the 9th. So when I say this man is on it. President Mahama is on it. Upon taking office, President Mahama issued a clear directive. The health, education, and food security of Ghanaians must not be compromised by geopolitical decisions made abroad. Here was his action plan he initiated immediately. Not immediately, immediate. It was immediate. Emergency reallocation of domestic funds. President Mahama directed Finance Minister Cassel Otto-Forson to reallocate domestic resources from less urgent budget lines to immediately support. Folks, remember, money was shut down abruptly. Things were already in operation, and they just stopped, right? Antiretroviral drug supplies for HIV/AIDS patients, malaria prevention programs, maternal and child health services, nutrition and reproductive health programs. Let's talk about that real quick. The goal, prevent service interruptions and safeguard lives in the most vulnerable communities. Folks, we're talking about now. Can you imagine in the States if all of a sudden we didn't have birth control? All of a sudden, the people that have HIV and AIDS couldn't even get their medication. We really got to think about this. In the States, the system is so built, the system is built well that we don't have to wake up one day, oh my gosh, all my benefits are gone. I can't even get my medication. Folks, Ghana woke up one day to the next, cut. That's crazy. Come on. Like, I think one of the Plan B pills in Ghana is called Linda or Lydia. It's some type of name. Imagine those girls out there. Right? Boom, cut. If you want to think about it this way, you better wrap it up, right? Or have a supreme pullout game, okay? But we know people are not on it like that. So now you're talking about now you don't have a choice. You don't have after the day after pill, right? You don't have maternal helpings. You don't have your medication for your HIV, so you won't have an outburst. What? Crazy. Okay. I can't even imagine. Imagine waking up one day in the United States and all of it has been threatened. I couldn't. Okay. So, President Mahama, emergency reallocation of domestic funds went directly to the Minister of Finance, Cassel Otto-Forson, to take funds from non-emergency situations and put it towards malaria prevention, maternal and child health services, nutrition and reproduction, so it wouldn't skip a beat. Okay. 2, engage in global partners. Here we go. The part we don't like. But yet, here we are. Where'd they go, folks? Engaging global partners, the World Bank, Global Fund, AFDB. Ghana is actively negotiating with the Global Fund, the World Bank, the African Development Bank. So ATM, this answers your question. They just went to another foreigner, right? The World Bank. These institutions or foreign backing. These institutions are being asked to help Ghana bridge the funding gap with emergency grants and low interest financing. So a good thing is they said, okay, instead of just asking for loans, let's ask for grants, right? Grants is free money. We like grants because we don't have to pay you back when we ask for grants, okay? So they said, let's start with grants. Then let's start with low interest loans. So ATM, this is how he's doing it, okay? These institutions are being asked to help Ghana bridge the funding gap with emergency grants and low interest financing. President Mahama's administration is also engaging in international donor community to keep development progress on track. So now they're asking people to donate money so they can stay on track. So they're asking for free money and they're asking for low interest rates loans. Okay. But think about it. Dwight, you said stop begging. What if you were the one with the HIV? Dwight, ooh, let me make my face big because we're about to talk right now. This is right now emergency. Of course, we need to stop the begging, of course. But if it's you need your medication for your HIV, right? And by the way, not HIV is contracted by clumsy sexual activity, right? For example, I have someone in my family had a blood transfusion and it had AIDS in it, right? That's how he got AIDS, okay? So imagine if you're the one with the HIV issues or the malaria, right? Something that could be easily cured, malaria, you would want that. I would beg, right? If I'm about to die, thank you, President John Mahama, for doing what you need to do so I can live for tomorrow. This is what we're talking about. Okay? Give me my, do what you gotta do, leader. Because I want my medication ASAP. Okay. But yes, the goal is not to beg, but when it's emergency, you gotta beg when it's emergency. Well, this was funny. The people that are commenting right now are the same comments on the post on my tab. It's different if you ain't sick and you're healthy and you have everything. We're talking about people that don't. It's different when you put yourself in their shoes, right? And people say, "Oh, 160 million is not that much money." Well, once you get a check for 160 million, give it to me. Give it to me. If you don't want it, I'll take it. I don't care if it's a 10,000. Give me the check if you don't want it. I'll take it. It make no damn sense. But you know what? People have the right to say what they want. Okay. And another thing, since if it's not that deep, why you gotta go to aid? You gotta go ask for help. If it's not that impactful, why are you going to the World Bank, right? If it's not that impactful, why are you asking for low interest loans? Because it is impactful, no matter how you feel about it, folks. If you don't want the $160 million check, give it to me. How about that? How about that? Okay. Okay, continuing. All right. 3, strengthening agricultural resilience. Recognizing the role of U.S. aid in food security, Mahama launched new funding initiatives through the Ministry of Food and Agriculture to distribute improved seeds and fertilizer, support smaller farmers, expand local food markets. This pivot is designed to protect rural livelihoods and reduce reliance on external subsidiaries. And people that live in Ghana, have you seen the impact? Have you seen the change? Because I'm not there, so only you guys can confirm that. But this is what they're saying. He was interviewed by the very world-renowned journalist from Reuters, and the references are in the at the end of my blog, and they literally interviewed him, and this is what he's told us: health sector emergency. Okay, health sector emergency procurement task force. The Ministries of Finance and Health have assembled a rapid response task force to ensure continued procurement of critical medicines, stable supply chains for medical equipment, no interruptions in life-saving treatments, particularly in northern Ghana. Okay, northern Ghana has been the greatest one to be hit. What's next? As of July 13th, 2025, U.S. aid has not been restored, forcing Ghana to become strategic and not reliant. Kind of. President Mahama's government is focused to ensure that no clinics close due to funding shortages, no children are turned away from schools, no farmer is forced out of planting season. Whether the U.S. aid freeze will be lifted remains unclear, but President Mahama's actions have shown Ghana and the global community that local leadership can rise to the occasion, even when global systems falter. Hey, a penny saved is a penny earned. Jeanette, I like that. I love this, right? Joanna said the same thing earlier. Let me get to it. The loss of 160 million is a wake-up call. I pray Ghana takes heed and starts rethinking how it will care for its citizens, even in an emergency. See, we're talking about emergency, right? We got to get to the point to where I don't know why I'm saying we, but they got to get to a point to where it doesn't matter if they get aid or not. Self-sufficiency. Wake-up call, right? Because at any time, any day, things can get just shut down. And that's that. And then now you got to go back to the World Bank, right? No. So the pros of all this is that we saw the leadership of President John Mahama make moves quickly to help in the emergency state. Now we hope that this triggers enough uncomfortability, right, to make sure this doesn't happen again. Dwight says, look how California and Colorado have generated money, okay? Dwight has been talking about marijuana this whole time. Whatever. Make the money, okay? Make money to be self-sufficient. That's the goal. But until you can be self-sufficient, you'll be asking for help, right? There's this one article I read. It was so good. Like, it was talking about how Ghana doesn't even need to go outside itself for this. They're already equipped to handle it within itself. And I totally agree. But what does that take? Leadership, organization. How about you got to care first? Okay, you got to care. And then you got to put in the work, because you can say all these great things. But at the end of the day, you have to put in the work. Okay. So, folks, question and answers. Now, I'll do my best, but this was like my first political live stream, which I just wanted to share with you because someone from the Small But Mighty crew brought it to my attention. But if there's any questions you want to ask, put it in the chat. If I don't know it, hopefully someone knows it in the chat, because we do have veterans up in here, people that's been in the Ghana game for a long time. But if there's no questions, that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Pros of it all, wake-up call. We saw President John Mahama make pivots really quickly. That was encouraging to see. Cons, the dependency on foreign investments, especially USA, is strong and it's alive. And they can take money away with the snap of their fingers with an executive order. And then people that have health issues, the healthcare system, the educational system, the agriculture system, impacted with a snap of with a signature, right? So if you're thinking of moving or repatriating, understand where you're going and what that country depends on. Oh, you want more of these? Okay. This is good to know. I hope we do. Okay. Let's do another one next week. There's military. Oh, what I have learned about the U.S. military. I'm going to give you a little preview. We can talk about this next week. Well, people be coming for me, okay? I don't know why, okay? But the people that do come for me, they make me better. right? But then in making me better, they look dumb. They look dumber. Okay, more dumb. Okay. So I learned some strong information about the U.S. military because I did a video on does Accra equal New York? And we'll talk about this next week, but I just want to give you a little teaser. And this girl came for me in the comments, and she was like, whatever you can get. I said the U.S. No, let me remember what happened. Someone asked in the comments, how is New York? What did they say? Something regarding New York. Like, what's the difference? Like, what power does the U.S. have in? Thank you, San. Thank you so much, San H. This was great. I'm so glad. Thank you for being a contributor. Right? San. I know you've been here before, but thank you for your $4.99. Do you have a YouTube page? Can we go follow your YouTube page? If she does, all you have to do is click her name in the comments and it'll take you to her page. If she has a page, follow, subscribe, right? That's what we do here in the Strong But Mighty crew. We help each other. Thank you. This $4.99, as you guys know, if you don't know, whenever you donate to me, okay, it goes to our fund, right? It goes to our fund, which is going to contribute to my soundboard. So thank you, San, for contributing to my soundboard so my live streams can be even better. That's going to be a great day when we get that soundboard, guys. I'm going to act a hot mess. I already know. I'm a pre-program. I'm a pre-programming with monkey noises and a whole bunch of stuff. What? Shout out to Gary, the new stream sponsor. Cashed at me $20. Thank you, Gary Green. We got a new sponsor, y'all. Let me put this up. Chum. Not here. Chum. Let me put this up. Chum. Okay, Gary Green. Gary Green. You haven't commented yet, have you, Gary Green? Thank you so much for my $20 Snapchat. My 20, can you guys see it? Ooh, struggling. $20 Cash App. Okay, you can't see it, but it's there. Trust. Thank you so much, Gary Green. You are the stream sponsor. Let me put that back up real quick. Folks, okay. Y'all blessing me. So you guys really like the political videos. Okay, we're going to do another one next week. Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't post on YouTube? Okay. Oh, the goal for the soundboard. Thank you, Dwight. I appreciate it. Oh, Black Cricket, you're Gary? You changed your name. Black Cricket, Gary. Am I right about that? Black Cricket, you put Gary. Are you Gary, Black Cricket? I guess that's the question. Okay. So yes, Gary Green, are you Black Cricket? If you are, we're going to select your name and then support you. I don't know if you are. Yes. Okay. Folks, click Black Cricket's name. If he has a page, go ahead and subscribe there. Thank you, Dwight. I appreciate you. Oh, a video over a year ago. Okay, Sam. You guys, I'm feeling loved right now. I'm feeling loved. So ATM asks, what's the goal for the soundboard? Music. You know what I want to do? I know some of you guys are musicians and stuff, playing your music through the soundboard as background music, as, just getting you guys out there. Can y'all drop your YouTube link? Okay. Another goal is sound effects. I don't know if you watch these live streamers, they have sound effects, and it just takes the live stream to a whole different level. So sharing music, sound effects, and I'll be able to, better volume, better surround sound. It'll just elevate my whole our whole YouTube experience. And it's basically more professional as well. But my favorite part of what's going to be is the sound effects, because ATM, have you ever watched, who does it good? The lead attorney. Oh my goodness. His soundboard is everything. It just elevates his whole YouTube channel. I love it. We family. We family indeed. And if you don't know, the name of our community is Small But Mighty Crew. And once we get to 10,000 subscribers, we are changing our name because we will be no longer small. But I called ourselves the Small But Mighty Crew because we did great things. The first 2 years of my channel, folks, we changed the game. We made governmental impact. Okay, so that's why the name Small But Mighty Crew came from. But yes, this is a community page. We're here to help each other, especially the newbies. So as I close, let me go over this right here. The mission is to bridge the emotional, educational, culture gap to visit, repatriate, or do business in the motherland. Because some of us have no clue about what's really going on over there. We see what these YouTubers put out. They make it look good. Dwight, you just subscribed. Welcome. Welcome to the Small But Mighty Crew. They make everything look good, right? And then when you touch down on the land, you're like, what the hell? Huh? Or you want to do business, buy land. You're like, what the hell is this? Okay. So this is just to bridge that gap. Because there is opportunity. Don't get me wrong. There's opportunity in the motherland, right? In Ghana, in Tanzania. But there's a cultural gap that we need to bridge. So we're not shocked in the maze or get hurt, or some of us have already died over all this. Okay. So we need to bridge that gap. Okay. So that's why this is here. Okay. Just telling the truth. I appreciate you. Yes, I've watched him before. You might have to make you small prop hut in the background. Prop hut? What does that mean, ATM? But yeah, I think the lead attorney is where I got the idea, actually. So, do you think this is a Garveyism 2.0? By myself, no. Collectively, yes. This is an interesting question. I like this question, Dwight. Excuse me. Garveyism 2.0. I say yes, collectively, right? What makes it different, what makes it a 2.0 is that it's not just one person leading the crew, right? Because usually when one person leads and that person is taken out, everything else leaves as well, right? But if you have multiple people leading, it's almost like mutual funds. When you invest in mutual funds, because not all your eggs is in one basket. So if one company goes out, you have, for example, 50 other companies are still there, so you don't lose all your money, right? So Garveyism 2.0, I said yes. I say yes because there's multiple lanes of people changing the narrative when it comes to the motherland. Cargo. Oh, that's what you mean. Cargo ships on how. Okay, I got you. My point was still valid, but you're talking about from literal transportation of goods. Yeah, we do need our own cargo ships. Who's over that, actually? What, China? Who's over the cargo? That's a good question. Who's over the cargo and transportation? Because think about it. If all those ships and all those ports, everything just stopped because of the executive order, who's in control? We need to be in control. How do we get in control? I don't know. I don't know. You lost me on that one. Any other questions? Because that was a good one. I've never been asked that before. You got two answers to that one. All righty. Any other questions? Because we are out. Let me do my last minute thank yous. Gary, the Cash App crew, thank you for your $20 Cash App. You are the stream sponsor, aka Black Cricket. Now I know you're Black Cricket. When did you change your name? That's what I need to know. When did you change it? Next, folks, if you, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Everything, the 2 blogs I went over is on my website. So once you go to vision-reality.com, let me put that up. vision-reality.com. You can go to my website. This will pop up first, okay? Explore your best life through travel and real estate development. Click here. It says blogs. Join my newsletter. It's getting deep in my newsletter. But click blogs. Self-discovery through travel, culture, and land opportunities. I have 17 blogs. All for you. Free. You don't got to pay, right? And it's about traveling to different countries. Medellin, Colombia. 3 reasons why senior citizens should not repatriate to Africa. I got to be real, okay? The IMF loan. Oh, I guess I did get political one time. We talked about the $3 million IMF loan, traveling to Tanzania, buying land, all that jazz. It's here for you guys. It is here. So take advantage. Take advantage of that, okay? What else? Like, share, subscribe. Folks, 82% of you are not subscribed. Subscribe, please. Don't be a freeloader, because subscribing is free. There's no need to be a freeloader if subscribing is free. Thank you for the hearts. I see it. Okay. If we sent shipping containers full of our secondhand items to increase the technical level of Ghana, that's a way. Jeanette, I appreciate you bringing the knowledge I stumbled across your channel one day in my pursuit of learning about the experience before I visited the motherland. I'm glad you did, girl. Because this right here, I don't know any other channel that's talking about the emotional, cultural, and educational, and cultural gap that's being bridged. There's a lot of people selling you, but there's not that many people educating. Or if they're educating, you got to pay them first, okay? Which, hey, people got to make their money. That's true. Intelligent people always find a new purpose for old items. That is 100% true. Well, they say, what's that saying? Lack of resources breeds creativity. When you ain't got it, you got to make it happen some way. So sometimes there's benefits of being poor, right? It forces you to tap into your third eye, okay? Your third eye. What else I want to say? Oh, I updated my book, guys. Bingo. Yes, I updated my book. So if you already bought my, let me get there. If you already bought my book, The Due Diligence Process, A Guide to Buying Land in Ghana, you have already got the update in your email. Because once you buy the book, whenever I make updates, you get the updates for free. So you don't have to worry about ever like repurchasing it again. But it is updated. So yes, jump on that. If you're thinking about buying land, I strongly encourage you to get this book. It will save you tens of thousands of dollars in years off your Ghana journey. Because for those that don't know, this right here, I lived on my beachfront land. I bought this land in 2021 in Ghana. August 2021 in Ghana. Still don't have my deed, right? It'll be 4 years next month. But if I had that due diligence process book, I would have never bought this land, okay? The first land I bought in Gomoa Feta, wow! What a waste, okay? If I had the due diligence book, I would have never bought this land, folks. Because why? One of the updates is previously there was 5 due diligence steps. Now I added there's 7 due diligence steps. The first land in Gomoa Feta wouldn't have even passed the first due diligence step. And then the beachfront land wouldn't have even passed the second step on the due diligence process. So that would have saved me years and almost $60,000. Woo! That's why I have no shame in talking about this $35 book, because that would have saved me going on over 4 years of physical assault and almost $60,000, folks. What? Sam, no, I'm not saying don't buy land. I'm saying get educated and empowered and do your due diligence. Don't go over there thinking that it's set up like the States. Here in the States, it's set up to where you get your deed in 60 days, right? Over there, you might not ever get it because it probably sold to you sold to you illegitimately, right? But yes, Sam, to answer your question, I'm not saying don't buy land. I'm saying do your due diligence before you give your money. And be emotionally stable so you'll be in the right mind to do your due diligence. Because some of us, we hide. I'm going back to Africa. Be with my people. It's been over 400 years, right? They're offering citizenship, okay? And have zero clue of procedures and how they get down over there. And you go over there just, I'm selling everything I got. And I'm going to God and buying this land. And you get there and you're like, what happened? You didn't do your due diligence. And now all your money's gone. So yes, I'm not encouraging to don't go. I encourage you to visit first. I've been saying this since day one. Visit first. Become a voyager. Stay for at least 6 months. If you can stay straight 6 months, great. Or collectively 6 months. Be a voyager. Then buy land or repatriate or do something. Don't go, folks. Listen to what I'm saying. I know people personally sold everything they had after their first visit because you're on an emotional high and you move and now you regret, but you started building. You can't leave for another 2 to 3 years until your house is built so you can sell it. Now you stuck and now you stressed out. And there's more scenarios of that. Okay. I got an email 2 days ago. Money got stolen, right? They didn't do what I said. They're like, next time we're going to do what you say. Yes! Do it the first time. Why are you going to do it the second or the third time? Do it the first time. Jeanette, in your vast experience, baby T, you in the house. I think that's a lot of typos. I don't know what that means. You can buy Mississippi, but this channel is not about buying in the States, right? Do your due diligence. That's what you meant, Dee. By Dee. Due diligence. If your vast experience, what country would you recommend to visit for? Ooh, I gotta say Tanzania, hands down. Hands down, Tanzania. Let me share my screen, okay? And I've done so many blogs on Tanzania. That was literally the best trip. This is Tanzania, preparing a visit to the motherland, a guide, mental and emotional readiness. I did one vlog. This is one vlog. This is another vlog, 5 essential tips for visiting the motherland as a foreigner. Tanzania/Zanzibar is the way to go. I would say that for that to be your first trip. I have a link to who my family chose to visit Tanzania and Zanzibar. The link is in the description box. Hands down. Why Tanzania? I'm a beach girl, okay? I'm a Cali girl. The beach is in Zanzibar. I haven't seen a beach more pretty than that. I haven't. And another thing, what about Tanzania got me? The beaches. See, my trip was curated. That's another thing. My trip was curated. Everything was already scheduled for me. The food was on point, but really it was the beaches for me. It was the beaches, them being clean. The water was turquoise. We even ate at a restaurant in the middle of the ocean, like literally in the middle. You had to walk through the water to get to the restaurant. What else? The spice tour, the education behind it. So yeah, when it comes, if you're a beach water person, Tanzania is the one. Plus, Tanzania has been voted the #1 tourist spot in Africa to visit. So it's proven. Whatever they got going down there, they're going and they're doing it well, and they're attracting a lot of people, and they're winning awards too. So I would do that. Okay. You live in Northridge? Are you serious? That's like, you're not even an hour away from me, Dwight. What? Yes, that's the place. You guys, this is such a great live. I feel like there's more new people here, which is great. The newbies, this channel is for you. I'm gonna make sure I went over everything. Take the quizzes. Take the EQ quiz. If you have not been to the motherland, take the EQ quiz. Links in the description box. If you're thinking about repatriating, link is in the description box. Take the quiz. Any other question, guys? Any other questions before we shut it down? This was great. I had fun. And you guys blessed me. And once again, shout out. Yes, Zanzibar is amazing. BCB had his honeymoon in Zanzibar. So that tells you something too. Okay. Visit the website, vision-reality.com. And last but not least, I appreciate all the stream sponsors today. ATM, San H, and the lead sponsor of this show was Gary Green, a.k.a. Black Cricket. I appreciate you guys. Next week, wait, let me make sure. Oh, folks, I will be in Savannah, Georgia. Let's meet. Let's hang out. If you're going to be in Savannah, Georgia on the... Actually, I can do a live stream anywhere, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, if you're going to be... I will be live streaming next week. I don't leave for Savannah, Georgia until the 23rd. My baby brother, and my nephew qualified for the Junior Olympics. So the Junior Olympics are in Savannah, Georgia. So I will be in Savannah, Georgia. If you're out there, email me. My email is in the description box. Oh, see, you're really close, Dwight. BCB, are you talking a tree? No, you lost me on that one. You lost me. Oh, you're back in Chi-Town. I literally, yeah. Your wife posted. For some reason, I was thinking you were still in Ghana. The college atmosphere got you. Caroline, Ghana made over $2 billion in gold within 6 months. So the $169 million is nothing compared to what it is. But if that $2 billion is not going to someone that needs HIV medication tomorrow, what's the point? If that $2 billion is not going to that mother that needs maternal and reproductive assistance, what's the point? That $160 million that we're talking about was needed the next day. So totally understand your point, but we're talking about urgency. This is something that they needed the next day. So that $2 billion, it doesn't matter if it's not going to where it's needed, specifically in North Ghana. Thank you for your participation, though. Okay, Jeanette, thank you. So so email me if you're going to be in Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, on the weekend of the 26th, because I will be there. I'd love to meet you guys. Okay, all right, guys. So I will be live streaming next week. Next week, we're going to talk about some military information I learned. Some of you newbies, you don't know that the depth of the stronghold that the U.S. military has in Ghana. So we're going to talk about that next week. It's going to be disturbing, but we need to know these things. Okay. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging with me. Thank you, Gary Green, aka Black Cricket, for being the stream sponsor. And I will see you. Oh, you're in the Marines too. Nice. I will see you guys next week. Join my newsletter. Stay up to date. Ta-ta.
Now available, ebooks and e-workbooks to mentally and emotionally prepare you to visit, repatriate, or buy land in the motherland. And the authentic handmade kente cloth I got from Kumasi, Ghana is now a home decor line made by yours truly. Get a piece of the motherland until you can visit yourself. Click the link in the description box to visit my store.